My name is Cheryl Barnett, and I am a volunteer here at Community Hospice and Palliative Care. And I've been volunteering for about 3 years now. I think I've logged almost 500 hours during that 3 years. I started off with just a couple of hours a week when I retired 3 years ago, and am working now 3 days a week in the Volunteer Services Department here at hospice. When I first came to volunteer for hospice, I volunteered to be one of the family patient volunteers to sit with patients in long-term care facilities and in their home. And one of the most rewarding experiences I had was my first experience was at a long-term care facility, and when I arrived, the nurse said, "Boy, you're fast. I just called for the vigil sitter to come sit with this patient. He's actively on active stages of passing." And I said, well, I had come to sit with him, but I wouldn't leave until the vigil volunteer got there. And so I did spend some time with the gentleman. He wasn't aware that I know of that I was there, but it was such a humbling and spiritual experience for me. When I left, I knew what good work the volunteers for hospice do for the families of our patients, and so I knew I wanted to be involved. And since that time, I've done a lot of other things with hospice. There's so many different ways to volunteer. There was an email that came out looking for help in the administrative offices, and I knew with my background in business that would be a good fit for me. So I started working through the Volunteer Services Department, was the Creative Hearts program that Betsy Miller will tell you about. And that has been a good fit for me because I have a musical background and love art, and so we've been able to work on a lot of wonderful programs like the First Friday musical concert, and we're now working on to create new programs where we'll bring the gifts and talents of all of our volunteers to help our patients and their families through difficult times by bringing beautiful art and crafts to the families for their enjoyment. I would say to anyone who is thinking about volunteering in the nonprofit world, Community Hospice is such a wonderful organization where your gifts and talents are in sitting with someone just to have a conversation with them, to work a crossword puzzle with them, or watch a football game with them, just to spend a little bit of time with them. That's certainly one way you can volunteer. There's so many others. If you feel like that you could work in the business office or in administrative offices, if you have some experience in that regard, you can always volunteer in that way. There's arts and crafts. If you like to paint, or you like to draw, or you like to read, we have some wonderful volunteers who go and read to patients. If you have a musical talent, if you play guitar, if you sing, there are opportunities for you to share with patients, not only in the inpatient facilities, but through videos where we can actually touch so many patients and their families. Whatever gift and talents you have, it can be put to good use at Community Hospice.